Jai Hind, Aditya L1. So on 2nd of September 2023, India launched Aditya L1, the first mission to explore Sun. Here you can see this is the PSLV C-57 rocket launched. So rocket was launched PSL from the PSLV C-57 rocket launched from this rocket launcher, and for this is a 4 month it will take to reach L1. That is L1 is a Lagrange point. At that point, it will take 4 months um, uh, for this rocket to be there. So life expectancy is 5 year for this rocket launcher. The total year is 5 years. It will move around the sun in the at the Lagrange point. Um, After this mission, India will become the third nation to place a satellite in the L1 region, that is Lagrange point, and the first being USA, second Europe, and third being developing nation India. Seven, according to this Aditya L1 mission, there are seven payloads. Four are remote sensing, and three are IC2 experiment. Here you can see the one launcher Aditya L1 that will take 4 months to reach the L1 region, and it was launched by PSLV. So PSLV. Now life expectancy is 5 years, and C-57 rocket launched. So Aditya, as we know, Aditya is a Sanskrit the word for sun. So that's how Aditya L1. L1 is Lagrange point, and this is how it got its name Aditya L1. The main aim is to study, explore sun. So before discussing about this, we must have the knowledge of how the sun looks like. So you know this is the sun. Let us see. So this is our sun. One by one, if I see how the sun was made and their different layers. So there was solar nebula that bursted, and there was a formation of sun's light, gravity, and magnetic field helped for the formation of planet. So this is how the sun looks like. If I cut here sun and see the inner layers of the sun, we have first the outer layer, that is sunspots. Sunspots are the outer layer. Then we have photosphere. There is one more layer, that is chromosphere. Then we have photosphere. After this, we have subsurface flows. This is the fifth layer, and the fourth layer is flare is the fourth layer, and we have the third layer as the our core, and the second is radioactive zone, radiative zone, and convection zone. Actually, they are not labeled in the layer wise. I'll be explaining you how the layers are. The first one is corona. The outer layer is corona. Don't go with the number wise. The outer layer is the corona. Then we have chromosphere. Here, the seventh one, chromosphere. Then photosphere. The inner layers are photosphere, convection. Then we have convection zone. The last one is the convection zone. After this convection zone, we have radiative zone. Here, the convection zone. After convection zone के बाद है radiative zone, and the final one is our core. So this is how our star, that is our sun, looks like. Sun is called our parent star, from which planets were made. So this sun is made up of 91 percentage of hydrogen and 8.9 percentage of helium and 0.1 percentage of heavy elements. So this is how a star is, our sun is made. Now if I look here, so this is the 3D depiction of how the sun revolves. So this mission, aim of this mission is to observe the sun continuously, fully, and no fuel is required. As you can see, this is Aditya L1, and it doesn't require any fuel. It will use solar panels are enabled. So with the help of solar energy, it will revolve around the L1 region and study the sun. The different layers and atmospheric conditions of sun will be observed. Solar flames, observing of the solar flames, coronal mass ejection, or auroras, Auroras that happens in India is are because of the coronal mass ejection. There is a coronal here, so their ejection of the um, coronal mass, because of which aurora happens. So what is the reason behind the aurora? Planet evolution, how the planet evolved, habitation there depends on the parent star sun. So getting the information of this will be very helpful for India to get all the information and become the one of the third nation to make possible for satellite to reach L1 region. Mysteries of sun, corona. There are many mysteries of sun. Corona is 100 times more hotter than the internal layers. This is one of the corona is the outer layer. People say this, as you can see here, outer layer. So people say that the corona is much hotter than the inner layers, are very soft according to the thermal image. So this misconception will also be seen whether these mysteries are being explored in this Aditya L1 mission. Explosion happens on the surface of the sun, which releases ionized particles, which destroys the some of the satellites which are in the space. So that will also be observed. Future explosions can also be predicted. Our this L1 will also Aditya L1 mission will help the space weather forecasting and climate research will be possible. So these are the areas where our Aditya L1 will be tackling these regions, which will be very helpful for India to gain information and become one of the superpowers to reach our sun and explore it. Thank you.